All right, welcome back to Working Yard with Will. So we just made another quick run. I say we, because I got my buddy back there.
Hey!
We just made a quick run back there to go pick up some rocks here. You know, we picked up some small rocks. We picked up some pink rocks. My little buddy got a chance to help me out with getting some more rocks. Hey, appreciate you guys for checking out the channel. Continue watching the Working Yard with Will series going into 2022. We got a lot of projects coming up. Sneak preview, we may do a Tuscany garden. All right, right now we're finishing up the Japanese garden, but for 2022 we may just try to do a Tuscany garden. So stay tuned for that and enjoy. Happy holidays, happy new year. Peace. Say peace. All right, welcome back to Working Yard with Will. So putting these posts in, and the center post was a little bit higher than I wanted, so I took it down about 1.5 inches. Found myself some nice Torx bolts or lags screws here, timber screws. I believe these are, what are these things? 5/16 by 4, so 4-inch long screw. And what I'm doing, I'm actually using a 5/8 inch paddle bit to kind of give me this little countersink. That's what I have available to me right now. So putting those in, I've already gotten it leveled, so that's good. Got it leveled side to side. Only thing I didn't check was back and forth, but I think we're gonna be good. So I'm just slapping these bolts in, and I'll do the other side. And I'm speaking to someone actually at the store today, and he was like, you know, these bolts right here are actually, in his business, and he works construction, have been favored a bit more than, you know, your traditional 1/2 inch lag. We'll get these put in here and move on to the other side. Earlier today, we've been out here messing around and putting these posts in, getting them leveled, putting those lag bolts in. And since I'm trying to keep this as clean as possible, with the exception of those exterior screws, but they're similar color, I did something a little different. I actually went underneath and put those other screws. I tried to put them opposite the lag bolt, so the lag bolt is down here, down to the left. For example, I try to put the other bolt up in a corner. Lag bolt is over here to the right. I try to put the other bolt down in opposite corner, just to give it additional strength. So next thing I got to do now is put this railing up, mark it out, and notch it out, and then we're just down to sand. All right, welcome back to Working Yard with Will. So we've got the bridge together. Now it's time for just the final sand, shaping, and throwing some color on here. You know, this is a fun little project. I've had fun working it out, but I'm ready to move on to something else. Definitely ready to move on to something else, but it has come along nicely. Several hours of messing around in the garage. I learned a lot of stuff, you know, working on this thing for sure. But yeah, it's time to move on to the next project. I think I'm gonna be working on getting this up the hill because it's heavy now. Getting it up the hill and into spot, get some more rocks, and doing a few other things for the Japanese garden. So stay tuned. Working the yard with Will as we wrap. Okay, let's get some red on here. Done a little bit of sanding. It's an understatement of the year. And add red pretty much on everything that's not covered. Some red railings and a natural walkway. Use a brush. I was using a staining cloth, but changed my mind. Yeah. Use a brush instead. Hoping that this brush will work out for me. Once again, this is Minwax wood stain. This is a barn red, semi-transparent stain. It's a color that showcases a wood grain. Professional results guaranteed. It's a pretty ratty, very ratty brush. But here we go. Tell you what, nothing more satisfying than a project and get to the point where you're confident and you'll add your color. Okay, so we definitely have some red going. Got some red going on this side, so no turning back now. I'm gonna go ahead and try to do a little bit of this red on the bottom, and I'm gonna be done for now. And maybe come out later tonight or tomorrow and continue on. But yeah, this has been definitely been a labor of love. Working out this project here. I tell you, like I said, I've had these plans, drawings, ideas in my head since, you know, since April of this year. And so it has been a long time to get to this point. For a little bit I considered, you know, get it, you know, just go without a bridge, you know, buy a bridge. I'm so glad I didn't. Glad I stuck with it. And so I gotta find a spot on here where I can have family sign it. I don't know, what do you guys think? Where should we sign the bridge? Maybe under the railing? Or on a corner somewhere underneath? We can sign it. Sign it or something. Not our names, our initials or something. Once again, this is a Minwax stain called Barn Red. I do believe it is for interior floors. This is going to be exterior. So I'm going to add the Thompson water seal on top of this. This is just a stain, it's not a paint. Although it's going on like paint. It is a stain, semi-transparent, so you can still see the wood grain in here. Still see the wood grain. I was on Facebook the other day and I noticed some guys from my hometown on YouTube talking about the Chiefs and the Steelers. And believe it or not, these are some guys I grew up with. So here's to you, Roosevelt and D. Will, Coach. Let's talk about it. If you guys get a chance, check out YouTube. Let's talk about it. Roosevelt and the Coach. They have a lot of good topics they talk about, and in particular, you know, how Kansas City is going to do some great things in football. So another young man that I grew up with, a lot of people from hometown call him Jay Davis, but he has a good show on YouTube as well, the 3% Show. So the 3% Show, I believe it says where 97% of the time people tell you their whole truth, and 3% of the time that 3% holds an important value, or it can hold value over your life. It can hold value over how you could maybe do things differently if they would just share that 3%. So Jay Davis, check him out on YouTube as well on the 3% Show. I was working my way down. Once again, just the railing, and this bottom section is all going to be red, barn red. And the walkway is going to be natural. So got myself in a tight spot. I can't go too much further this way. Scooting the way I'm scooting. Hope you guys have been enjoying this series of working here out with Will, building a Japanese bridge. I've enjoyed it. Learned a lot. Got some new tools. Broke out some old tools. Had to really reach back into my bag. When I was a younger man, I used to work Daydon Builders out of Kansas City, Kansas. Daydon Builders, Mr. Dwight DePriest is the owner. Mr. Tony DePriest is the co-owner. Ms. Daylene DePriest is the cabinet maker. And Mr. Donovan DePriest, well, he does it all when he's at home. So yeah, Daydon Builders in Kansas City, Kansas. Appreciate you for giving me all the love and support and advice over the years. So I am done painting the bridge for tonight. I will most likely come out here tomorrow. Okay, folks, so earlier I had asked, what color rock should I go with to fine-tune the Japanese garden. And a lot of people, said, hey, use river rock. No, the question was, should I use pink rock, white rock, or a natural rock, or the river rock, or contrast for river rock? So I decided to do a combination. I got mostly river rock, but I got some of this pink rock too that I'm gonna use for some contrast and highlight of certain areas. So let's see how this thing goes. All right, so welcome back to Working in Your Yard with Will. So today is the day we're gonna get the Japanese garden bridge out of the garage and up the hill and in place. It's still snow on the ground, but I got another project to do and I need my garage space. So stay tuned, guys. Working in Your Yard with Will. We're gonna get this thing out. Get it up there on the hill. Okay, so I made it back up into the top of the hill. Yeah, that was a little bit of a challenge because this thing is not light. And I'm going to put it over here in spot. But before I do, I'm going to grab myself a couple of bricks or something, or some logs, not logs, but some flat stones to put here on the 4 spots. Level it out, and that way the bridge isn't sitting completely flat.